Hello everyone, welcome to General Orlando 327 plays Final Fantasy XIII. We are on episode number 13, and we are in part of the way through chapter 7, actually pretty early in chapter 7. We have... oh, I forgot to do that. Let me switch my controller back to the first controller. There we go. Sorry about that. Alright. We have Lightning Hope in our party. We are in one of my favorite designed areas of the game. For some reason, I really like this place. I like the way that they have these platforms going every which way, and I don't think I actually meant to do that. I don't think I meant to do that. Let's see what happens. I don't think I wanted to do that. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah. That's right. There we go. Before we go down that path, though, we need to activate this one. I like the somewhat maze-like structure of this area. I also kind of like the idea of having this giant, like, underground area. This area is called the Nutriculture Complex. We don't actually know how it works yet, but basically this is the food storage and energy and that kind of thing for Polypolum, at least. Move forward. What do I have my paradigm set for? Oh, that's right. They kept our paradigms from last time. So that's perfect. Good. On we go.
This is what it looks like down here.
First new enemies of the area. These are sort of a cakewalk. As you see in a second here, there are primarily healers, and your best bet is to be using blitz attacks so that they're both concentrated. For some reason, they can't heal themselves; they can only heal other enemy combatants. So, if you're using blitz, they're going to be focused on healing each other. Of course, the downside is that they are very good healers, and they can be difficult to take out for the same reason. Once you get it down to one, though, it's trivial to stagger it. Basically, when you get large groups of these, you end up wanting to just stagger one and then keep it in the air, and then do that repeatedly until all of them are gone. Alright, so this is another instance that we want to pull the monster as far as we can and then get it to turn around. Alright, so that should be plenty far. Oh no, I'm still in its radius. There we go. Now I'm not. This one actually has a little bit nastier attacks than the ones that Saz and Vanille were fighting, which is another reason we kind of want to get a preemptive strike on it. Plus, we don't have a saboteur, so yeah, about that. The good news is we have a commander that has launch, so we can do this the easy way. Just want to make sure to juggle it. There we go. And that's that. Then we're going to get a cutscene right up here telling us about this area. You know, a little bit more story of the feel of the area. I think.
It's the city's food production house.
There we go.
Name's Carbuncle.
So yeah, this is 13's version of Carbuncle.
Being sanctum and all.
So, kill him and cut off the food supply. That'll make us popular.
I think people have enough reason to hate us, don't you?
Yeah, you're probably right. Hungry people make for angry people.
So like I said, this is the food processing area of Palampolum. One thing they don't really talk about here is that for the most part, most of the food on Cocoon comes from Palampolum. I don't remember if that's just in the data log lore or if they talk about that later, but I mean, you know, minor detail.
Keep up with me, Hope.
So let's do this the easy way now. And then slash and burn. Keep it in the air. Once you're down to one, you really don't even need to bother to switch to dual casting because they actually get, as you can see, they get interrupted pretty easily already, as long as they're not healing each other. So, they're pretty trivial. They don't have high HP as long as they don't have one healing them every 3 seconds. Alright, so this time we need to do the left switch. We are going to switch to symbiosis while we're doing this. Not symbiosis. We need to switch this back to symbiosis. That's what we need to do. Or super soldier. There we go. Is everything else right? Yeah, everything else is right. We're going to start out in super soldier for this. Because this is not a fun fight. Like I said, these Lucidons are tougher than the scale beasts that we were just fighting, and now it has a healer with it. So we need to make sure to get Protect and Shell on, because you'll see these things are pretty nasty. So that's with Protect. Without Protect, it would have dropped Hope down to critical without even trying hard. So yeah, but with both Protect and Shell, we're pretty well off.
Keep up with me, Hope.
The good news is that these Lucidons are also very slow, so you have time to heal up in between. And now with both Protect and Shell on, it's not going to do much to us at all. I think Shell might be enough, but you don't have a way to control Hope's casting because he's a secondary party member, so see if it actually tells me. Oh, nope, it's both physical and magical. So yeah, we wanted both anyway.
Keep up with me, Hope.
Maybe if it would attack somebody other than Hope? There we go. Alright, we need to hit the right one. I believe. Yeah, so we need to undo what we did, which is when we were getting on, it was the left one. Yeah. So then we undid that, and then we go to the other side and do the one that's on the right facing the platform. This one is a little bit tougher to get a preemptive strike on because it starts so close to you to begin with. There's not a whole lot of room to maneuver. That was interesting. His face just clipped through the floor. Haven't seen that happen before. Oh, I didn't want to be in that. Rats. It's okay. Not like it really matters. I just forgot to switch my default paradigm again. Which is okay because the next one we want to be back in Super Soldier anyway, so...
Look at us. Halts Lassie, using a sanctum fallacy to tell where we're going. Sort of strange.
Not really. We've relied on them our whole lives. The food we eat, the light, and water. It's all from the Fal'Cie. You know, I think Cocoon was really built for them. The rest of us, we're just leeches. Parasites.
You think? They protect us, nurture us, and take care of, well, normal people. They treat us like we're special. Almost like we're pets.
Like pets. To them, we are just pets. That's it. Now it makes sense. I've been so blind. I was born into a Fal'Cie world, raised on a Fal'Cie leash. It was the only life I knew how to live. When it was taken from me, I was completely lost.
So, some of you have probably played Lightning Returns, the third game in this trilogy.
Had no purpose.
If you have, and this is the first time you've gone back and watched this scene, you may be having a bit of an aha moment.
This Lassie curse, it took everything from me. My future, my dreams. I didn't want to think. So I fought instead. As long as I was fighting, nothing else was real. I was running away. And you, Hope. You got swept along with me.
But Lightning, don't understand.
Operation Nora is over.
What?
I...
No! You told me to fight!
I made a mistake!
But... you can't do this. You can't just build something up like that, then abandon me.
I won't abandon you. I won't.
So that's actually a pretty crucial cutscene. It may not seem like it so much right now if you haven't played through the remainder of the trilogy, but number one, it is a pretty big cutscene to set up for future events in this game. But at the same time, primarily noting the concept that Cocoon was actually not made for humans; it was made for the fal'Cie. That idea is going to get played on a lot more later on in this game. But even more, it sets up for it and some pieces that are mostly set up very late game are set up for Lightning Returns, the third game in the trilogy. And that game in particular deals with, for one thing, creation mythos, basically. How was this world created? Who created it and why? And then what? Which are all fundamental things that we as humans debate among ourselves. How did our world come into being? Was it created by something, or was it a fluke of science and random chance? So it makes it a very... I think this is one of the things that most of Final Fantasy XIII's detractors have missed, is that the plotline of this game and some of the bigger questions being asked are very relatable. If you actually sit down and pay attention to what they're actually saying. As much as I want to dig into that topic much further, can't really do that without giving away a lot of spoilers especially for Lightning Returns.
So what do we do now? We're l'Cie, taking time bombs, enemies of Cocoon. If we can't follow the plan, do we just lay down and die?
I didn't mean we should give up.
Then what battles do we fight? And against who? Tell me that!
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet!
That's right. I don't know yet. But I do know we can't lose hope.
Hope? There is no hope. Not for l'Cie.
There's you.
It's my name. Not who I am.
I was just like you. My parents died. I had to be strong for Sarah, so I thought I needed to forget my past.
I think this is where we get Lightning's real
Lightning.
name.
I thought that by changing my name, I could change who I was. I was just a kid. Lightning. It flashes bright, then fades away. It can't protect. It only destroys.
It also creates power. I think Benjamin Franklin would say it had quite a few more
Sarah tried
abilities
tell
to
me,
it.
but I wouldn't listen. really are a l'Cie. It's my job to deal with you.
Typical.
I threatened her.
Come on, slowpoke.
Sorry. Got held up.
Where have you been?
I'm really late, huh?
The only one who believed her was Snow.
Don't say it! Don't say his name. It brings everything back. I keep playing it in my head. What happened to her? And then I see his stupid face and he's smiling. How can he smile when she's dead? I know! There's nothing I can do about it. I hate knowing that. No matter what happens, she's not coming back. When I was fighting, there was no time to think about it. It felt good just to give in. But now you start talking about hope. I'm sorry, I messed up.
It's my fault.
Okay, fine. It's not gonna turn, so I might as well just kill it. That works. And I forgot to switch back again.
You're going down!
The more I play through this game, the more little things I find pointing to them actually planning to do 13.2 and Lightning Returns when they were creating this game, which is kind of a interesting connotation in my head because I've always held the belief that this game would have been better as a standalone game, and I still think it would have been. And that they cheapened the story by making 13.2 and 13.3, but
no way to live.
this almost makes it seem like they intended to.
Just a way to die. I want you to find the hope you were named for. Staying alive, I can help you with, but I can't give you hope. If you go to see your father.
You think meeting my dad will make anything better? He's never listened to a word I've said. He'll never believe all this l'Cie stuff. Snow believed Sarah, didn't he?
Yeah.
In a recently convened emergency conference, the Sanctum announced that the fugitive l'Cie have been located. The military plans to apprehend the l'Cie and carry out a public execution. images coming to you live from the scene in Palampolo.
Gotcha.
These are Lassie. Show no mercy. They aren't people. They're targets.
Start running.
What?
I'll keep them busy.
But...
You survive.
So now we're seeing a completely different version of Lightning than she was at the beginning of the game. Ready to completely leave Saz behind, and now she's ready to sacrifice herself for Hope.
That's some crowd. Gonna need a plan.
Since when have heroes ever needed plans?
Apparently heroes just need magic. No wonder we don't have very many heroes these days.
Thing.
Huh?
I have to admit, this is a pretty cool cutscene. Literally and figuratively.
Take us out! Yeah! Lightning! Whoa!
Take care of him.
Lightning, listen to me.
Get moving.
No, you don't understand. Sarah's all right. She'll turn back.
Take care of Hope.
Wait!
And then there were three.
They're here! Hold it! Gotta go.
So how you been?
Smooth going there, Snow.
Take cover! I got this one. Ice them over! Tear it up!
So this is another case where basically all of the forced battles on top of Eidolon, you just want to alternate between up and the left-right options.
Cool 'em off! Way to go. What's up?
Where have you been?
I got taken in.
Wait, what?
Not by enemies. It was the cavalry, not Psycom. Leader's name is Rains. He said he'd lend us Lassie a hand. So now, your hero is back.
Why would the army help us? That doesn't make sense.
The military's got all kinds. Not all of them like the Sanctum. Don't worry. I'll handle the bad guys. Come on.
So now we get a primer on the Sentinel role for some reason. And then we're going to go in here and change our paradigm so that we don't use the Sentinel role because there's no need to in this area. In fact, we don't even need to use all of our slots. And then, it's been forever since we've gotten a chance to level up Snow, so let's see what he's got. Other than lots of tears to go through. So he gets Death Blow, which I don't know if it ever tells you when it's using that, because I don't remember ever seeing a caption for that. So he gets Launch, and then he gets Adrenaline, which is the equivalent to that high HP Power Surge thing that we can synthesize, and then a roll level. For Ravager, he gets Water and Aqua Strike, and then a roll level. And then Sentinel, he gets Evade, which is actually one of my favorite Sentinel abilities, but because it basically allows them to completely cause the enemy to miss. However, it really only works. It's like the guard abilities. He has to go into that mode to do it, and he never does because he has the Steel Guard and Metaguard abilities. And then Vendetta, which, so after the whole process of guarding, he gets to counterattack, and the more times he was attacked, the more damage that was dealt to him, then he does more damage in return. And then he also gets the accessory slot here, and a roll level, and Quake, which we don't care about. So we're going to start with Commando, because that's going to be his primary role most of the time during the rest of the storyline. The little bit that we're going to use him. And then we're going to get the Ravager abilities. Right, and then we're going to go ahead and get the accessory slot for him. And again, we're not worried about Quake. I actually think he's possibly one of the only characters that I actually have casting Quake at any point in the game. And then we're going to go back and just get the roll levels in the exact same order. So that finishes off both of those rolls for this tier. We're not going to quite get the roll level, and then after that we'll get Quake, which, yeah, whatever. Of course, Hope has a lot less to go at this point, because, you know, we've been using him. That's right, I'm going for the bar spells, aren't I? Because I've gotten everything else that matters. Yep. Not that I particularly need the bar spells either, but whatever. And then I think it's just stat boost. He doesn't have any more roll levels ability, or roll levels available to him, so let's finish Medic. Do these in the same old order, so I don't get myself confused. Not equipping Snow? Okay, that's fine.
Ice tracks. Is that some kind of Lassie power?
Well, that's his Eidolon's power, so yes-ish.
worry about.
Alright, so,
Thanks, partner.
yeah, that guy that I'm targeting right now, yes, that is in fact a bazooka.
How about this?
Slash and burn, now that I've got protect on. Actually, let's not focus on bump here, because these things will go down quicker and then we'll have less of a fight left. Although it'll get off the bazooka a couple of times, probably. First one.
Nice one.
Alright, and where is, there it is. Heal up a little.
How about this?
This. And then all we have to deal with is this guy.
How about this? Time to switch, kiddo. How about this? Just too easy.
Now, if I were doing a speed run, what I would end up doing is getting a power wristband from the shops and upgrading it, and then Snow would be even more of a powerhouse physically. But in the long run, we don't really need it, so.
How about this?
So the majority of this chapter, we're definitely going to be having Hope as a synergist to get usually at least Protect on, occasionally Shell, but I think what I need to switch to. Stop that. That one, please. Thank you. Wait, why are you... Did I accidentally change targets? I did, because I was trying to change paradigms and I changed targets instead. Duh. Okay, and then we can finish this.
How about this?
Yeah, Snow, if you didn't, miss, that would be really nice. Just saying.
Nice one.
Yeah, the unlike most of them that we've come across, the human enemies in this chapter are no joke.
You see that?
See, if I'd been smart, I would have made Snow attack before he finished the first set of the ATB gauge there, so that I didn't lose the progress on the chain gauge, but wasn't paying attention. Thinking about the next thing. This is actually one chapter where the elemental protection spells actually come into play. Because you definitely want to have bar water on when you're fighting these guys, because they do area attack water spells, and you can go down pretty quick if you aren't careful.
Later!
But once you're properly prepared for most of the fights in this chapter, you're good to go.
How about this? You see that?
Alright, let's start with Libera.
Heroes are.
In this case, you want to have Protect, Shell, and Bar Water, because not only can these guys cast water spells, the General, like usual, has its ultimate charging mana drive ability that will also do serious magic damage to you if you're not careful.
Time to switch, kiddo.
There it is. Coming.
You see that?
Yeah, that did that much damage to Snow.
Follow my lead.
The other piece that makes this guy annoying is that he's elusive, because see, you not only does he interrupt your own attacks, he also has that little hop back that he does that usually manages to time beautifully with Snow's swing so that he completely misses. Good casting.
Time to switch, kiddo.
I should have done a couple turns ago if I'd been paying attention, but I wasn't. Not War and Peace. Wrong one.
Switch, kiddo.
Did not need to heal there. We still got this.
How about this?
And our reward for that fight is a Fortisol.
What am I doing?
Wrapped up and ready. Thanks, partner.
That's all we need for that. Bar Water wouldn't be horrible, but we don't really need it. We're going to take out the two biggest targets really quickly. Well, two smallest targets really, but the two most likely to use water spells anyway.
Later.
No, not what I wanted. It'll work.
How about this?
It's just a part of Operation Normal.
Go this way first. This time we're going to go ahead and let him cast bar water too, just because there's a few of these and I'd rather play it safe.
You see that?
Although none of them seem to be casting today.
How about this? Later.
Ow. That was unnecessary.
Great stuff, Hulk. You see that?
Not really much sense in switching to dual casting for one cast. Alright.
Just too easy.
Alright, so we got a new weapon for Snow, but as you can see, it lowers both of his offensive stats. It does give him the improved guard ability, which basically allows him to take less damage when he's guarding in Sentinel Roll. But since I don't use him in Sentinel Roll for quite some time, that weapon doesn't help me right now. But it's definitely one we want to hang on to for later in the game. By the way, you don't ever want to sell weapons in this game, even though like that they may seem like they're worthless, depending on your playstyle, obviously. But like the original equipment that Hope and Vanille had that are relatively balanced between strength and magic, and then everything past that basically has a magic boost to it. So you don't want to get rid of those either, because to repurchase them costs an arm and a leg, and gil is already scarce enough in this game. So you're better off holding on to it so that later, if you do want to use it, which there are probably circumstances that it would be useful, maybe, or it's better to upgrade later for something else, then you have it and don't have to repurchase it. One piece to heal up. I'll start getting this chain gauge going.
How about this?
Dual casting. Oh, we did do it before he finished charging. I am amazed. Nice.
How about this?
There we go.
We're almost there.
What I'd like to know is, how did the ice get all the way down here? It doesn't make much sense.
You've changed, haven't you? Seems like you've toughened up.
I'm a Lassie. I had to.
They're the only ones that ought to be fighting the army. Are us dumb grown-ups.
You think it's stupid to fight?
It is if you get killed.
Wrong choice of words there, Snow.
Anyway, just lay low. Let the dummies duke it out. The army's no match for Nora, right?
He just keeps digging himself further into a hole he doesn't know he's digging.
He was smiling.
Of course he was. He doesn't know, you idiot.
It's me. What's up?
You damn well know what's up.
Why haven't you called in?
Sorry, slipped my mind.
Right. What's your status?
Great, great. Hope's great too. Are you all right?
I'm great, you're great, everybody's great. Reunion time. Figure out a rendezvous point. Don't sweat it. That line's hyper-encrypted.
Hey, sis. Is that you?
I'm not your sister.
Back to this again.
This city's under our jurisdiction. We're the ones defending it. We should have a say in what's done to protect it. Attention all units. Ignore all fire zone restrictions. Fire at will. What? Whatever it takes to kill the Lassie. Over. Whatever it takes? You want to start a war in the streets? Civilians are still evacuating. The collateral we're talking about is unacceptable. You don't know what it's like out there. You don't understand why we're here. Who do you think it is? Terrified of Pulse and begging us to kill the Lassie. It's not the Sanctum. It's not us. It's the people.
He's ruthless, but he's got a point.
We'll meet at Hope's place. Felix Heights, 35A.
Right. See you there. Tell Fang hey.
Take care of Hope.
All over it. And I'll tell you more about Sarah when we meet up. I found out she can turn back. There's still hope.
Snow, listen to me. It's about Hope. His mother was...
It's me.
Hope? Hope! Answer me! Hope!
Yelling doesn't fix it. It's called interference. You can chit-chat when we get there. I've got point. You fall in behind. And see if you can't cool off that head of yours.
If Saz is the king of one-liners, then Fang is the queen. So we've got our final party member now, finally. Final party member, finally. Wow, that was redundant. Sorry, guys. So let's check her out. Only not like check her out. I mean, just check her out. From this point on, anytime I have the option, for the most part, she's going to be in my party because she has two of my favorite roles. Well, one that's absolutely necessary, Commando, and then of course she has Saboteur role. And where Vanille starts out with like the debuffing spells, the spells designed to lower defenses, hers Fangs are offensive. You get slow, you get slow. Let's see if I can find the rest of them. I think she starts out with, well, I guess just slow at the moment. So I guess I won't go any further with that one. So on her Saboteur roll, she gets Sloga, and she gets the accessory slot. She has the ability to switch to Sentinel if we need her to. And once we get the final set of jobs unlocked for everybody, in other words, the 3 support roles that they don't have yet, she actually makes a very good Ravager too. She's the only one. She's the only one besides Lightning to get all of the strike abilities, elemental strikes. So it's very useful. She also makes a halfway decent synergist. She gets Launch, Smite, and Adrenaline, which are obviously abilities that we want to get relatively quickly. Let's see. We're actually going to go... She's... whenever we have Lightning in our party, she's... Fang is probably going to be one of our... trying to decide if she's actually our primary commando or if Light is. Light gets relegated a lot to Ravager status when she's in the party, but at the same time, I still have Fang as a Saboteur a lot. So we get Sloga. She's also the first one to get a area effect Saboteur spell, which is a curse and a blessing because again, it makes things very difficult to target. And when she's not, when she's a leader, it makes things difficult to target, and when she's not leader, then it makes it difficult to concentrate her abilities on certain things. So it's a plus and a minus, but in the long run, it's a plus. Her area effect spells as Saboteur and Lightning as a commando makes bomb enemies a breeze. Throw another commando in for fun, and you get 2 blitzes and area effect debuffs, and it's just... they can't handle it. And then let's see, what else do we need for Light? Is that Quake? Yeah, don't care. These are just stats. I think this is just stats at this point too. Oh no. I think she still gets Cura up here? No, just the roll level. Alright, so that's what we're going for. Alright, and then let's top off the equipment. So we're gonna move the power wristband over to Fang. Oops. And you are gonna get a silver bangle just so we can keep that physical wall 10 up. Plus it boosts her HP a little bit. Which at this stage of the game still makes her look like she's got a lot of hit points. But later in the game, she is one of the wussiest characters in the game when it comes to hit points. Believe it or not. And finally, we can set up our paradigms properly. Everybody's favorite, undermine. So that is the primary. Common med. And common com. And again, I don't use a sentinel. And we only need those 4 paradigms with this team. Really, if you're not using a sentinel, there aren't very many other combinations you can do with it. The only other combination we could even make is Saboteur or Medic, and we don't need that. Because then there's no real damage being done.
The army's getting desperate. We're about to have a lot of company.
Alright, and that's gonna do it for this episode. So I'm gonna save here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you could hit that like button and share it with your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys the next time.